Hi, my name is Jackie Lee Price and welcome to Shadowboxruk.
Hi and welcome to Shadowboxer. My name is Jackie Lee Price and I'm here with Chantelle Cameron. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Really good. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Really good to see you. So, how you been since the last time I saw you? I mean, I know I've been covering you behind the scenes, but how has all the training been going since the last fight?
It's been perfect. It's been really good training. Started doing my strength and conditioning with Johnny Velocity, so that's been a game changer. Nige and Jamie have been pushing me. It's been a really good camp. It's coming to the end now and I'm tired and I'm ready to fight.
So you're boxing on the 9th at York Hall against, is it Anahi Sanchez? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, I think that's correct. I just know Sanchez.
Yeah. And do you know much about her?
Yeah, so she's a former world champion. She's been in with Katie Taylor, Jessica McCaskill. They've not stopped her.
Okay.
She's good. She's really good. She's tough, durable. She can bang. She's skillful. So it's going to be a cracking fight. Can't wait.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So
Yeah.
effectively, you've met your match in some respects. So it's going to be amazing.
I'm stepping up a level like I know I am. I'm going up a level, and I need it as well. I can't, like, if I want to be a world champion, I've got to go a few levels, and she's a level up.
Nice. I mean, I've had a chance to capture you, and you're looking honestly so strong and confident. And I suppose I've seen such a change from the lady that we saw sort of last year before you came to work with Dribble and Jamie.
Dribble.
For the viewers that don't know, that's Nigel Travis Dribble. So but yeah, before you came, it's like, yeah, there's just such a determination in you, and you feel it looks like and feels like you're at home.
Do you know what? That's correct. Like last year, I was down in the dumps. I think my first 4 pro fights, I was flying. I was loving pro boxing. I was like boxing for titles. I was in my element, thinking, "Oh, this is what dreams are made of." And then it started going down, and I feel like my performances were doing that because of my attitude towards the boxing. I was starting to hate it. I was hating training. I was hating being in camp. Fight week, I'd hate fight week. Like, just my mood and everything around me was just really negative. And then obviously my last fight was October at York Hall 2018, and I made the decision. I was like, I can't do it with that team anymore. It was because my mum and dad were like, they seen me just deflating fight after fight, and it got to a stage where my mum was like, you can't get in the ring anymore like that because you're gonna get hurt. And I knew it was right, because that fight I could have got out of there so easy, but my head was, honestly, it was just elsewhere. It just was not in that ring. And I remember she cut me, I cut her. I was winning comfortably, but I just didn't want to be in the ring. I was just thinking, in my head I was thinking, I just can't wait to get out of this ring. And I can remember in the corner, I was just like, I'm not happy anymore. In the changing room, I wasn't happy. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was a sad time, really.
Just to go back on a couple of your comments, you know, I mean, it really is, this sport is dangerous, and for you to be in your head a lot of the time, I mean, that's incredible that you're even able to perform.
Yeah, so afterwards I apologised to everyone who come and supported me, because I felt so bad, because obviously everyone bought tickets to come and see me, but nobody knows what's going on in the boxer's head. Like, nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew like what was the night before, how I was feeling. And that's why I said sorry to everyone. Cause I felt so bad because I knew I didn't perform my best, and people were saying like, what is wrong with you, because they could see it in my face that I weren't the same Chantelle. So I felt like I owed everyone an apology. And when I decided to move to Jamie and Nigel and had my comeback fight for my MTK debut in York Hall, like, I made sure I made everyone aware. I was like, I'm going to make sure I perform for all of you, because last time I was there, I didn't perform. So
you most certainly performed on that one.
Yeah.
I do feel, Chantelle, that you haven't really had the recognition that you deserve. I mean, you've had a fantastic amateur career. You know, 7 years on GB, and then you weren't picked really to represent them very often. And then you turn over. There's all those shenanigans, you know. But yeah, you managed to come back, bring it back. Do you know what I mean? I was wondering if there's ever a time that you really felt like quitting.
Yeah, so after GB, the qualifiers, I was done. I was like, I'm not boxing anymore. The amateurs were just not for me. and I was heartbroken. I think I spent 2 weeks just in my room, just crying, sobbing. Like when I look back at it now, I laugh about it. I think, God, that was a bit dramatic. But at the time, I was really sad. Like my boyfriend at the time, I broke up with him because I felt I didn't want to see no one. I was hibernating. I was so miserable, and I was like, everything I worked for, it's gone. And I was just like, what is my life now? It was awful. Like, I never ever want to be in that situation again. It was terrible. And then it took a few months, and I was going to go to Australia to work. So I was going through the motions of like getting everything prepared for me to go out there and teach boxing. And then my amateur coach at the time, he contacted the McGuigans, and it was all set up for me to go down there. And I'd done pro pads, so I had my hands wrapped, put the small gloves on, and I was really unfit this time because I just had a leg injury, so I couldn't train for 3-4 months anyway. So it all like come together because I had septicemia, and I had it really bad, and abscess and septicemia. So I was in hospital for a week and had like a pump strapped to my leg. So I was really bad, and then in my head I was like, well, this is a blessing because I'm quitting boxing. I can't train anyway. Like all I can do is walk. Maybe this is a sign saying just give up now. Like you've done enough. You've been kickboxing since you was 10, boxing since 18. I was like, obviously that's me done now. And then me and Savannah, we was actually going to America because we both decided that we was going to leave GB. Yeah. So we both decided like it was time to leave GB. So like, we both had told Robin Kraken that was leaving GB. We planned to go to America, but I still had this leg injury. Yeah. So my pump just got off before we went, and then I went down to train with Shane McGuigan, and I'd not done a thing for 3-4 months. And I'd done pads and I nearly fainted because I was so unfit. That must have been a killer. It was so bad. But I was like trying so hard to like be impressive. But I was so out of shape, it was terrible. I literally it was awful. I honestly nearly fainted, it was that bad. And I realised that the small gloves, the whole pro style, I was like, this is amazing, this is. And that kind of was like I'm gonna have one go at the pro game. And I've always wanted to fight about my head guard. So I was like, right, one more shot, it's not the amateur, it's something different.
And then here you are.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you have not had an easy ride of it, have you? I feel like you've had a much harder journey than a lot of the women on the pro scene. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Like I never want to be like the sympathy writer and like getting the violin out, but I do feel like I've done it the hard way. Like I definitely have done it the hard way, but I think that's what makes me different to everyone else, is I've got the hunger, and I've been at the bottom and I've had to climb the way up, and I don't want to be back down there again. And I think the way I'm doing it is I'm making my own destiny and I'm making my own luck. I feel some people have been really lucky, but I'm making my luck, and I'm just going to keep winning and winning and get myself noticed. And
do you think that this really influences your fighting as well, though, this hunger?
Definitely, yeah. It makes me determined. I think you see it in my eyes, like when I'm in that ring, it's like I just want to take people out. I think I've done this the hard way. I've been through like the bottom, had to scrape my way back up, and I'm not letting anyone take that away from me again.
It's good to hear. I tell you what I have been hearing a lot of recently, which I'm kind of a bit like, I don't know, in two minds about how much women's boxing is growing, because you guys have been around for a long, long time, especially on the amateur scene, and I don't know whether they mean on the pro scene, I don't know. But do you feel that you're getting more coverage now, more media coverage?
Yeah, I do feel like I am getting a lot of coverage, especially because like I'm not signed with Matchroom, I'm not signed with BT Sport, I'm doing it through MTK, and I feel like a lot of people do want to interview me, do want to film me, and it's nice for me because I've not got the Matchroom banner under me or any of them banners. I'm just doing me, and it's working for me at the moment. So.
And you have got you've got a PR team now though, haven't you?
Yeah, so
recently.
Just recently, and honestly, it's such a blessing. So a massive shout out to Chris Curry's F5 Sports Management. He took so much off my shoulders, and I'm so grateful. So I've been working with him for about 2-3 weeks, and honestly he's making my life so much easier, so massive thanks to him. I'm
glad to hear that. So I've actually been having a little look at some of the comments that I have seen written about you online, so you know, I've had a look at some videos and stuff like that, so I wanted to just share a few with you. They're all very positive.
Not to say what.
They're all very positive. So here's the first one. She's pretty. And the second one is I bet she scrubs up well.
Always in a pineapple head.
And the third one is, I would. I mean, do you find that people talk mainly about you and the way that you look rather than your boxing skills? Or?
I just, I'm always got my hair in a bun, so like, I don't know how I'm always looking rough. I'm always training. I'm always tired. I'm always just chucking on a tracksuit. But
that's attractive, though. That's attractive. You being you is attractive. I mean, it just tickled me, to be honest with you, that when I've read through, they're not actually talking about, or not. Some people aren't talking about your boxing ability, you know. And let's be fair. You know, you can box, and yet they're not talking about it. So to me, it was just a bit interesting. So you've got your belt here, haven't you? Can I have a quick look?
Yeah.
Thank you. That is, you've got to hold it up. You've got to hold it up. Yes. That is impressive, Chantelle. Really, really impressive. I tell you what's really good about you is you've shared your story, and I was with a young boxer the other day, a young up-and-coming boxer called Gemma Richardson. She's was boxing for England and has now just been accepted on the GB sort of podium potential, I hope I've got that right, squad. And she was saying it was basically girls that came before her that really inspired her. And so there'll be somebody watching you here today that will hear your story and hear how hard it has been for you, but yet you are persevering. So I think it transcends boxing.
Yeah.
I think it will transcend the sport of boxing, and not just, you know, you won't just reach women, you'll just reach people that are having a hard time.
Yeah.
So I would really like to thank you for being so honest and open with me. I cannot wait till next weekend.
Not me.
I cannot wait. So what are you off to do right now after our session?
So I'm sparring. It's my last sparring session with Hannah Rankin. So that'll be my last sparring session, and that's me done. And then next week, so just sharpening up, keep staying sharp.
I was going to say, what happens in the last week?
Yeah, just keeping sharp. Nige and Jamie will just be like going through tactics, just keeping braining it in my mind what I'm going to be doing.
Fantastic. I wish you all the luck, and I will be there next Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowboxruk UK, we'd love to see you, so please go ahead and subscribe now.